right now from TransLink, there's a survey that you could do about transportation in the northeast sector, which is where we are, the Tri-Cities right here. So, so it was kind of good, and then of course our engineering department just completed or a little bit of a survey on the master transportation plan for the city. So it's actually quite, as I say, apropos here. So I'd like to really thank the artists for coming in and joining us to kind of to share their work. Lee Square was built about 5 years ago, and as sort of like the an arts cultural center for the city, but also for other artists from other municipalities. And so we do both visual art exhibitions here year-round, as well as performing arts, literary arts, and anything to do with the arts anyway. So, so I hope that you take the opportunity to come back to see us again. And we do have 3 kind of buildings here. This one, which is called the Gathering Place, and then the other one, which is the Outlet, because it was named after the old Canada Post outlet that we converted into studios and an exhibition space, and then of course the beautiful band shell that we use starting like right now. There's a lot of plays and performances that starting up there. So anyhow, I'm going to introduce the artists. Maybe I don't know if they have any words that they like to say, or we say hello. And so Kate McDonald's right there. And Pamela Cambiasso, sorry, Pamela. And Lena Tang. And I believe Jessie, was she here? Gone? Okay, Jessie, yeah, Jessie Mejia was here with that. Maybe she's on the other side. And of course, Joy Hanser here. And I think Joy's going to kind of do a little bit of an artist talk. And so please do stay for that. And yeah, and help yourself to refreshments and such. And so I'll let you, Joy, take it away.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes. When I first started to think along the lines of what I wanted to express about this work and about the subject of transit in general, what struck me most obviously that to travel in this way is to travel with hands free from the preoccupations of driving. It is travel where we might perhaps read a book, or catch up on the newspaper, or listen to an iPod, unconcernedly text message, plan dinner, or talk with a friend or a group of friends. Cell phones are everywhere. Some converse loudly so that everyone around them is privy to half a conversation, while others sit demurely behind blank faces or never emerge from their screens. It is an interesting, rich pastiche and fleeting one as people come and go. I travel on transit by myself a lot, as do many others. There are carefully kept, respectful distances where we preserve one another's space. Assumptions can be made about our fellow travelers, but in the words of Alan Alda, your assumptions are your windows on the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come. Keeping an open mind, good to practice on the SkyTrain. Our natural curiosity about each other as humans is held in abeyance, or perhaps it is simply indifference, a knowledge that we won't have time to enter into communication, or perhaps a welcome break from lives filled increasingly with more and more distractions. I know I'm not alone in sometimes experiencing boredom and a sense of isolation while traveling. Am I invisible? How can I break through the membrane, and do I even want to? Do I become some kind of an animated statue, finding relatedness to the other travelers only through our swaying with the motions of the vehicle? These are sometimes among my existential musings on transit trips. To quote a famous and much-loved philosopher, Dr. Seuss, "You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they aren't. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win?" And then suddenly there will be an animated face full of curiosity and boldness, and you find yourself in a conversation or other fun exchange, some kind of pantomime or sly eye contact commentary on whatever is happening at that moment, and you're no longer a statue but a human. our minds on transit can be free to observe the world as it passes by. There are always windows to look through, views flitting by. Or as Donovan sang back in the 60s, when I look out my window, many sights to see, and when I look in my window, so many different people to meet, that it's strange, so strange. Sometimes the windows are obscured with raindrops, little lenses on a larger lens. And at night, sometimes they only show our own reflections with pinpricks of lights beyond. As an artist, I'm fascinated with both of these conditions. Windows on the world, full of visual information to be translated in paint. The artist and writer Robert Genn notes, we artists allow others to see through our windows. The quotes in this talk are from Robert's website, where he compiles quotes from artists and philosophers on many different subjects. Lenses or windows are placed between the subject and the camera, says poet-painter Peter Ciccarello, between the object and the viewer, and between the viewer and the artist. How do these filter and distort the image? What effects occur when there are multiple windows? What happens when there are none? An intriguing avenue for exploration. Some more quotes from famous artists on the subject of windows. I love the fact that this art might somehow affect the way people see, and thus open a window of the world. And from Van Walden, paintings are windows to the imprisoned thoughts. I continually find travels on our amazing transit system, especially SkyTrain, where sometimes we fly above the ground, sometimes on it, and sometimes below, a rich source of images and inspiration. It's great for me to see the diversity of interpretations of this theme by the artists represented in this exhibition. I would like to thank Yvonne and staff, Parn, Christine, Jacqueline, and Oliver, for their help in presenting these several years of work, and for me a debut, and salute my fellow artists.